I didn't come here for the spotlight. I didn't come here to have more eyes. I came here to win. And I really do think that with the group that we have, that we are going to win. We are going to get a championship sooner than later. And I fully believe.
Did you catch what Sophie Cunningham said in her first interview with the Indiana Fever? She looked right into the camera and confidently declared, "I think we are going to win a championship." It was her first professional interview with the Fever, and you could tell she's serious and ready to back up those big words. She's definitely here to make an impact.
I think that when this opportunity came about, when I first heard about it, I was so excited. Like, I just knew that it was my time to get outside my comfort zone.
This isn't just adding a player to the roster. It's a bold statement to all the doubters. It's like they've assembled a team full of talent, leadership, and pure drive. The enforcer has arrived, and her interview made one thing crystal clear. She's here to shut down the noise and prove everyone wrong.
When I just kind of heard what they were doing, and of course you have Caitlin, who's drawn eyes from all around the world, that was like, why would I not? Why not be a part of something great? You go from Diana, and now you're going to a team who is going to be a contender for a championship. And so I'm stoked about this year. I'm really excited for the players, but I'm also excited just for the community and the relationship and the culture that you guys have.
Remember when Sheryl Swoops went on national TV and boldly claimed nobody wanted to play with Caitlin Clark? Well, that narrative just went up in smoke. Her comments quickly spread across social media and sports shows, giving every Clark hater the perfect ammo they've been waiting for. They shared it, quoted it, and used it as proof that the Indiana Fever's future was doomed. But now, that story's been flipped on its head.
Sheryl Swoops is been missing. Sheryl Swoops is MIA. They got a APB out for Sheryl Swoops. If you see Sheryl Swoops, she did a lot of talking a few months ago about the Indiana Fever, the locker room environment, how people didn't want to play there, how people wanted to leave.
But here's the twist. While Swoops was talking to the media, something totally different was going on behind the scenes with the Indiana Fever management. They weren't just sitting back and taking the criticism. They were strategically building what could become one of the most impressive rosters in recent WNBA history.
And I would think that if you are a smart basketball player and you watch the way she plays, you would want to play with her.
The Fever were playing chess while everyone else was stuck on checkers. Instead of panicking or making desperate moves, they strategically went after veterans with championship experience. Think about it. Why would established stars join the team if Clark was really that tough to play with? The truth started showing through their actions, even as the noise about players avoiding Indiana got louder. In the midst of all this, the Fever quietly added Natasha Howard to their roster. She's not just any player. She's a multi-time champion, known for her elite defensive skills. This wasn't just a random pickup. It was a smart move to bring in a defensive powerhouse who could reshape the team's entire identity.
Inbound to Howard. Lorella Kubai, the rookie, into the game as Howard hits the three. Wickham, Howard able to flag it down, pop and hit.
But they didn't stop there. The Fever management knew they needed more scoring and leadership, so they brought in Donna Bonner. Her ability to create her own shot, along with her championship experience, makes her the perfect veteran presence for this young team. It's exactly what they needed to elevate their game and add that extra spark.
Things we had never seen in this league's history. Helped guide Connecticut to the semifinals where they've been each of the last 5 years, and Bonner.
The addition of Sydney Coulson strengthened the backcourt, solving last season's depth issue behind Clark. Far from a desperate move. These smart, calculated decisions showed the Fever's clear vision, even as social media buzzed with chatter. Fans and analysts quickly saw the gap between the criticism and what was really happening. The narrative, it was starting to shift.
We're going to be a phenomenal group. I'm excited for all the other pieces that came in this offseason with me. And so when I really see what I can do here, I'm confident in that, but I really am just excited for the big picture of what everyone brings to this team.
Cunningham's arrival was quiet, but it spoke volumes. In contrast to Swoops' argument, Sophie Cunningham boldly set championship expectations in her interview. She wasn't a reluctant addition. She was a playoff-tested veteran choosing Indiana with clear intent. What stood out the most was that Sophie didn't sound like someone just trying to make the best of a tough situation. She was genuinely excited about teaming up with Clark and the Fever. Her energy was contagious, and she made it crystal clear why she wanted to be part of this team.
The style of play that you guys are playing here, that Stephanie is going to bring here, it's run and gun, it's shooters, it's emotion and offense, and so my eyes lit up like a Christmas.
Did Sophie mention Clark's fame or talk about jumping on the bandwagon? Absolutely not. Instead, she focused on the basketball system itself, the fast-paced, shooting-friendly style of play that Stephanie is bringing to Indiana. Sophie practically lit up as she described how the Fever system perfectly matches her game. You could see her eyes light up like a Christmas tree when she talked about playing alongside Clark. With players like Boston and Mitchell, it's rare to see a veteran this excited about a team's basketball philosophy.
To be honest, I played in emotion offense my whole life outside of kind of Phoenix. You know, it was more one-on-one and let people do their thing. And if you're open, you're open. Where I like to move. I like to run. I like to dribble and kick. You know what I mean? And so when you see Caitlin, when you see Aaliyah Boston, she's a great passer. Kelsey Mitchell's a great passer. That if you move and you make the great cut, you're going to get the ball. And I think that just helps everybody, free up. And so I like to run. I kind of get the name Forrest Gump sometimes, and I'm like, hey, if you guys want to call me, that's fine. I'll beat you down the court every time. But I really am just excited for the style of play and what I can bring to the table for this team.
Did you catch that? Sophie's Forrest Gump self-comparison says it all. Like the character who never stopped running, she takes pride in her relentless motor, always moving, never stopping. And that's exactly what Indiana's up-tempo game demands. Reflecting on her time in Phoenix, where she felt limited by the Mercury's isolation-heavy system, she said, "I like to move. I like to run. I like to dribble and kick. Indiana's style completely unlocks her game. That freedom means everything to her." You could feel her relief when she said, "I can finally be free and be in an offense that I think I can really thrive in." She didn't just settle for Indiana. She chose it because their system fits her strengths perfectly.
I can bring to the table, but as a whole, our versatility as a team is going to be huge.
What's truly remarkable is how the fans responded. The moment Sophie Cunningham arrived, her jersey sold out, an unmistakable sign of their excitement and support for her addition to the team.
Here's the sign. Here it is right here. Sold out. Right there. Oh, okay. Well, let me get a medium. Sold out. Let me get a large. Sold out. Let me get an extra large. Sold out. Hey, 2XL. Sold out.
Cunningham sees something special brewing in Indiana, a revolution fueled by a new generation of talent. With a rising star like Clark, Aaliyah Boston evolving into a dominant force, and Kelsey Mitchell's scoring ability, the foundation is solid. Add Lexa Hull's relentless hustle, and it's clear why Indiana is primed for something big.
Being here, I've already been motivated. Like, I know this is a new, fresh start. I'm not in a box anymore. Like, I can finally be free and be in an offense that I think that I can really thrive in and be around players who our mind is strictly on basketball and winning. So I'm just re-motivated. I'm refocused. I feel like I'm back, to be honest.
This isn't just optimism. It's a seasoned veteran recognizing what it takes to win. Cunningham's arrival wasn't out of obligation or chance. It was a choice. She picked Indiana because she sees a team on the brink of greatness.
Just so excited to be here. I'm from the Midwest, and so for me to kind of get back to my roots and be close to my family, I'm so excited. Like, when I say that I am refreshed and I am motivated, and I just kind of feel like my spark is back.
Yes. Fans might be thrilled about Sophie's perfect fit in Indiana's run-and-gun system, but opponents are about to hate something else entirely about her arrival. Did you notice how many times Clark found herself on the hardwood last season with no repercussions for the defense that put her there? Well, that era of the Fever getting pushed around, it just ended.
And Clark. I mean, that's clearly a foul which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary?
Throughout her rookie season, opponents targeted Clark with hard fouls, excessive contact, and borderline dirty plays, something that was especially evident with Kennedy Carter's aggressive defense. Teams knew Indiana's young roster lacked an enforcer, someone to make opponents think twice. While her talented teammates couldn't provide that protective edge, the league definitely took notice. This is exactly where Sophie Cunningham comes in and changes everything.
Sometimes, which people don't like, but I love, my teammates always love. And to be honest, I spread the court. Like I can shoot the ball. And when you have playmakers who are quick, who are great passers with Kelsey Mitchell too, it lets them do their thing. And then the defense draws in and you're just ready to shoot. And so, I think that I'll bring a lot to this team, but at the end of the day, I want to be a good leader. I want to be a great teammate. I want to bring the culture piece and make sure our egos are put aside and that we're all in here to win. And I think that's going to be pretty easy with the group that we have.
We're talking about one of the WNBA's most notorious agitators. When Sophie Cunningham steps on the court, opposing players immediately take notice. Her reputation precedes her. She competes with an intensity that few can match, like a watchful lioness ready to pounce whenever someone threatens her team.
I'm just excited to kind of maybe be that calm piece when it needs to be calm, that feisty, sassy, stick up for my teammates when it needs to be that. And so just kind of reading the room and, whatever the team needs that day, being able to provide. Sophie
describes herself as sassy on the court, but that barely scratches the surface of her competitive fire. Asterisk, and spicy, I'm fiery. I'm the ultimate competitor, asterisk, she declared, giving us a glimpse into what makes her the perfect enforcer for Clark. When Sophie says she hates to lose, it's not just a statement. It's a warning to anyone thinking about taking cheap shots at her teammate.
I'm spicy, I'm fiery, I'm the ultimate competitor, and I'm really just trying to do whatever it takes for my team to win. A lot of people have a lot to say about it, but honestly, any teammate that you've asked that maybe had opinions about me before, once we're teammates, like, we love you as a team. I'm like, duh, I'm not a mean person. But to be honest, I think that it could be a game changer.
Sophie's competitive edge was forged alongside Diana Taurasi, one of the fiercest competitors in women's basketball. Under Taurasi's wing, Sophie learned that protecting teammates isn't just about sportsmanship. It's a vital part of winning championships.
Out in Phoenix, I was really blessed to have some really great teammates. You get to learn from the GOAT, Diana Taurasi. We've had a lot of people going in and out of that program. They've won championships.
In Phoenix, Sophie absorbed lessons on toughness that can't be taught in drills. From Taurasi, she learned that true grit isn't just about skill. It's about having the will to do whatever it takes to win, even if it means risking ejection.
I joke around that people say I'm 3-and-D, which I've never really considered myself a defensive player, but I think the past couple of years, I have been. I've been able to get my body right. I've been able to bang down low and hold my own. And so I just think when you can get players who are versatile on not only the offensive end, but the defensive end, that's where you win your championships. That's where you make a statement. And so I'm excited to kind of get down and start working hard on the defensive end. I think as a team, we all have to kind of have that mentality, especially if we're trying to get to where we want to go.
The physical tools match the mentality too. Standing at 6'0" with quick feet and a sharp basketball IQ, Sophie brings defensive versatility that was noticeably missing from last year's Fever roster. She can guard positions 1 through 4, taking on tougher defensive assignments that used to fall to Clark, allowing the star to conserve energy for running the offense. When Sophie says, asterisk, I'm a fierce competitor, I want to win, and I hate to lose, asterisk, she's setting the tone for a new culture in Indiana, one where players have each other's backs, no matter what.
I think that my length causes some issues sometimes. With the bigger people, I can get into their knees just because I kind of have that strength. But for me, I think that's an area where I could actually improve on. Like, it's funny to me that people are like, oh, she can play some defense. I'm like, I struggle with that. I know Stephanie White's going to be on me about, getting better in that area. But for me, that's an exciting thing. A big shot is a great energizer. A great pass is a great energizer. But when you can get 3 stops in a row and you get the crowd into it and you frustrate the other team, like that's the toughest stuff that I like.